What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty, back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a day that I can just sum up in 2 words: beg and cope, and maybe throwing under the bus. That's another phrase maybe we can use to summarize yesterday's streaming day for our boy Phil. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch any of my content that I clipped from DSP yesterday, if you don't watch anything, or you're limited in what you can watch, I would recommend you watch last night's Snort Do Values playthrough. 23 minutes. I had to clip 23 minutes of content from Phil because the disgusting behavior that came out of Phil's mouth last night. You could tell our boy is just feeling it ever since he did his collab with Kino Casino. And I'm telling you right now, the fall is just going to be so sweet. So let's get into it.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here. Welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Wednesday, the 14th of August, 2024. My final consecutive streaming day for the week because tomorrow is my day off this week. Let's talk about how it went. I would say a pretty darn good day of streams. Let's talk, first of all, this morning, Level 1 Podcast covered many topics, but the first was that as I booted my PC up today, out of nowhere, the RGB light setup in it didn't work. When I went to boot it up to start it, it said error, drivers are all messed up. And I was like, so it was because it was a Windows update last night, and essentially it made that the software for my motherboard to do this RGB stuff didn't work anymore. So everyone's like, on the podcast, they're just like, just get this other one instead, this other program, which I think it was called like Sys RGB or something like that. They're like, this is so much better than what you have. Everyone uses this one. So I got it, and immediately for like a half an hour, I put the camera pointed at the PC, and I messed with this thing. I was blown away. It was so good. It has all these different configurations, all these different colors and pre-schemes and things to make it blink and look like different effects. It was amazing. And already I can tell you, I spent some more time before my second stream downloading more and messing with it and adjusting it. I had this really cool setting for Stardew Valley tonight where it just had this pulsating icy blue that would go through all of the components like this in a row. And it looks so neat. So I'm going to be messing more with that in the future, I'm sure. But thanks to those who helped me out with that. Then,
Okay, folks, if you don't know what the hell he's talking about, apparently there was a Windows update that occurred for Windows 11. I'm on Windows 10. It's one of the reasons why I haven't converted to Windows 11, because of course there's going to be hiccups. Apparently the Windows 11 update crashed several applications, and apparently it bricked Phil's RGB lighting settings. So of course the PC tech wizard over here couldn't figure out how to easily fix that. If he would have gone to the company website for the computer, or Microsoft, or just Googled it, you would have found out that there was already a fix for it, and it wasn't a big issue. It wasn't. I know of a couple of people that had the issue, and within 5 minutes of Googling it, they were able to find the answer and fix it. But this guy had to spend 30 minutes, wasted 30 minutes on this podcast to do tech support for something that no one sees. No one sees the RGB lighting. It's not like he has a regular PC setup where the PC is captured in the background, which he should do. I think that's a really cool way to stream. Not this guy. He'd rather have just trash in the background. He'd rather show you this crappy artwork, a Wolverine figure, and a Pac-Man lamp. That's what he considers an amazing background. If you don't watch any of my content, I've given advice to Phil over and over, and I've given him examples of what he can do to improve his streams, and he's done none of that. Or if he has done some of that, like getting a new PC finally, it just takes him forever to do it. He'd rather focus on stupid shit like the foaming, the sound, the noise damping foaming in the back that no one cares about. Rip that crap off. Rip it off, Phil. And the thing is, he's over here all super excited about this new lighting that no one can see, Phil. What's the point of you spending so much time fixing something on stream that no one benefits from? No one can see the cool lighting. What, you can? Who cares? Jeez. And again, this is 1 week out. 1 week out from getting this PC, and he already bricked his RGB lighting because he's not smart enough or not bright enough to Google search something and fix it himself. Just give him a few more weeks. That PC is just going to die. It's going to die. Once the dust starts settling and it starts collecting and it starts choking on cat hair. Oh, wait. You think he has problems now? Wait for that to happen. We're gonna have days full of we're gonna have marathon streams of PC tech support because he just refuses to Google or learn. I mean, you have the internet, Phil, on your hands. The internet. You have YouTube with millions and probably billions of videos where you can Google pretty much anything and learn how to do it. But would you do it? No. You rather sit here and waste the time of the viewers, you're dense, doing tech support. Anyway, let's keep going.
The second half of the podcast, I talked about basically how engagement on this channel has increased exponentially in the last 2 weeks since I've had interactions with Kino Casino. Views, but not only views, likes and comments are all monstrously up on the channel. This helps this channel to grow and get attention on YouTube, which it hasn't had in about a decade. So that's amazing, and it's helping so much. And I have a whole segment that I think I will clip out of the show to put up as a special highlight video. I think people would enjoy that. Then we started off today in the gameplay segment with a...
All right, sorry that I'm stopping it so fast, but I do want to touch base on that because, of course, Phil seems to brag, and when anything remotely good happens to him, and I guess that's okay. I mean, you should. Anytime you do get a W, whether it's a big W or a small W, you should celebrate it. Why not? You should celebrate it. So let's see what this huge W is for our boy Phil. So I'm here on his DSP channel, right? His main channel. Let's see. He has 213,000 subscribers. Now, when he first started YouTube, he was at 198,000 subs. And he's been on YouTube almost 4 years. And he's only managed to pull in about 30,000 subs. Again, no, not even. I'm sorry. About 17,000 subscribers in almost 4 years, Phil. That's pretty sad and pathetic for a channel, for a person that's well known like you. And how many of those 213 subscribers are either dead subs or detractors? I mean, you say it every single day. You get people with 20, 30, 40 sock accounts that come in and LARP and troll on your channel. So how many of those really are legitimate members that actually care about your content? Now let's look at the views here. Okay, so you got the Metacore thing, which has been out there almost 2 days. You got 2,700 views. Okay, that's okay, I guess. I mean, my worst videos get that, but okay. Let's see here. The Level 1 podcast here. Of course, you're clipping now. 697 views. The RGB Light, which is your daily rap, 357 views. Your podcast, 1,700 views. And most of those are from live viewers that were on the stream. Okay, let's see what else happened here. So let's see what else. Let's see the amazing renaissance that is DSP. Okay, DSP is turning around due to new whatever. I guess that's new engagement. That was posted 6 hours ago. 697 views. He had the Nintendo World, which has been out for over a day. 955 views. Let's see what else here. Let's see what other great uptick in viewership you got. The System Shock, 463 viewers. The second part, 413 views. And that's all you're gonna get. Once you get past day one for Phil, there's really no more people watching. So I guess that's a win. I mean, what he was averaging 200 to 300 views a video, and now he's averaging 400 to 600 views. Okay, Phil. Okay, keep going with your bad self. And here you go. Look at this. Street Fighter 6. This is what Phil's known for, right? This is what people watch because he rages and people like, he's known for Street Fighter. 12 days ago, 899 views. 12 days ago, 1K. 9 days ago, 800. 8 days ago, 927. 8 days ago, 724. This is all pathetic, Phil. This is pathetic. And for you to sit here and act like, oh my God, you're on the upswing. Your content is amazing and people really love your content. No, Phil, the numbers don't prove it. You don't have a huge number of influx of subscribers. You don't have a huge number of influx of members. Other than the Sunday stream with the Kino folks, That's all you got going for you, and everything else is just pretty much the same, Phil. So I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to count this as a W, I guess for Phil's perspective, I guess it's a W. But anyway, I digress, folks. I digress. I just wanted to show people what Phil considers a W.
Benchmark test of Black Myth Wukong that just released on Steam, and we tested everything 1080p with all different effects levels, anti-aliasing, different quality levels, the whole 9 yards, different frame rates. Then we went into 4K resolution, and again we tried everything. And in a nutshell, because you might want to watch the video for yourself to see how different it was, 4K looked nice, but we couldn't really find a way to get rid of all the screen tearing. There was some screen tearing, even turning on like the VSync, it still had screen tearing, and I'm like, it looked good, the frame rate was fine, but do I really want to get screen tearing playing this thing when you know you're going to want the game to be smooth when you're fighting tons of enemies at once and crazy bosses? And after this testing, quite honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to go 1080p and max it out. 120 frames, VSync, cinematic quality, the whole 9 yards. I think I'd rather do that, because if I do 1080p, I will be able to have the best response time. Like when I'm playing and I do an input, it'll come out like right away at 1080p. It may have some delay at 4K because we'd probably have to try to find a way to get rid of the screen tearing. Okay. So anyway, after that, we jumped into the new game, System Shock Remake, which I just started today. It was donated by a fan. It was one I was going to play over the summer anyway on console before my new PC arrived. And I love it. I played it for 2 hours, and at first I was confused, but once I got the control, there was like a little issue with my joystick, was like having a conflict with it. So I unplugged my joystick, and then we started playing it. And I understood the menu system and the puzzle system, and I started really liking it. I was like, oh, this is actually quite good. It reminds me of like Doom combined with like Deus Ex, combined with other like FPS exploration RPG elements. And the graphics are unique. They're good quality graphics with a pixel filter over it to make it look retro, but it also looks new too. Like the graphics are really impressing me. Of course, I'm playing it on 4K 60 frames, so I'm getting insanely good graphics playing this. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing. I had a great time for the first 2 hours. I'm definitely looking forward to more later on in the week. So that was the first stream, and then the late stream was Stardew Valley Chill. Continued on in the winter to do winter things, including livestock, upgraded my barn. And guess what? Upgraded my barn again by the end. It's now in process to upgrade. Multiple fishing trips to make money. And we kept finding seeds that work in the winter. We started planting these like special melon seeds and stuff. Like, oh, so I'm still gonna have some crops in the winter. That's pretty neat. So overall, it was a great stream, great progress. Support today was good. No complaints about support whatsoever. We actually had a unique discussion on the late stream, because basically, at first the late stream was slow, and people were like, well, are you going to change and become like Kino Casino? Because those guys are constantly asking, hyping up their audience and asking for more subs, more subs. And we had an intelligent discussion about it and why. I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. But I might clip that segment too for another highlight clip. Because remember, I'm not here tomorrow. So maybe I could clip a couple different highlight clips and have them set to become live on the channel so that people have new content to watch over the next couple of days. I might do that. So anyway, great streaming day today. Had a ton of fun. And, thanks a lot. Now, I'm not here tomorrow.
Alrighty, so this was the segment that I wanted to talk about, and I may dedicate a little bit of time to it. Again, like I mentioned at the very beginning, if you didn't watch any of my content or you're limited on what you can watch, definitely watch the Snort Valley stream, the video. Definitely watch that. It is worth the time. Phil was being an utter disgusting scumbag in there. The whole stream was him talking about money, tips, support, begging, his taxes. Just every conversation he had last night had to do with income and money. And the other thing is, he keeps throwing Kino Casino under the bus. He keeps mentioning them when he tries to justify his begging. He says, oh, other people can beg, other people can beg, and they don't get shit for it. Like Kino Casino. Kino Casino begs all the time. Kino Casino, all they do is talk about subs and memberships. And if someone drops a $99 super chat or whatever contribution, they complain it wasn't $100. Okay, Phil, I dare you. Because if you hear what Phil just said right now, he says he's not ready right now to start doing that. I dare you, Phil. I dare you to try to pull that nonsense. I dare you to go on stream and start trying to hype up for memberships, subscriptions, for money. I mean, you do it now, you beg now, but you try to sneak beg. And of course, when you get desperate, you start with the whole, well, guys, I haven't gotten a tip in an hour. What's going on? I'm not sure what's going on. I really need that money. If you tip me sooner, I won't have to. You're doing it now, but you're kind of doing it in the pathetic. The other thing too, Phil, is that you just don't have the charisma for it, brother. You don't. Kino folks have charisma, and they have a huge support base. You don't have any of that, Phil. I'm sorry. Without the Kino drama, without the Kino folks, you're averaging 250 people watching your streams. You're averaging, what, $50 in tips? And about $19 or $20 in super chats. You're back to... So what's going on is Phil is no longer getting contributions from his regulars. If you notice, the regulars really haven't been tipping. You get a tip or contribution every once in a while from Okie Dokie, maybe from Joseo, and that's it. But the other folks that used to feel bad for him when he would beg for $50 and drop a 20 or 30 or whatever, all of these anonymous tips, that's not happening anymore because they see the Kino folks coming in and dropping big cash on them. And not even big cash. I mean, again, yesterday on his first stream, he made, what did he make on his first stream? On his first stream, Phil walked away with, once I have it here. Okay. Let's see. And I know it wasn't a lot. I know it wasn't a lot. I know he didn't get the tip goal or he was close to it. And then the night stream, he ended up hitting the tip goal at the very end. Of course, he kept begging. He hit the $50 tip goal, and then one of his dents came in and dropped another 50, literally like a minute before they closed out for his day off. Because of course he was sitting here begging like a beggar that he is. And it just, you gotta watch that video because it's disgusting. It's disgusting trying to hear Phil justify his e-begging. And Phil, if you still haven't realized that the Kino Casino folks are using you, right? If you haven't realized that, Phil, if you haven't realized it, I don't know what to say to you, man. It's obviously a LARP, and they're using you, Phil. And just because, and you think because they got your back now, and you're doing content with them, that it gives you the justification to be them? No, dude, I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way, brother. It doesn't. But again, I dropped that challenge here, Phil. If you're watching this, I dare you. I dare you. You know why I dare you to be that way and start begging and hyping up memberships and contributions? Because that's just nothing but content for me, Phil. You think I put videos out there now about your begging? Go ahead, Phil. Test me. Test me to see how many videos I'll be dropping out there about you just recording all of your disgusting begs. And how I'll make sure to blast that shit out on every single platform out there. And you think you worry about criticism from June the King, Mudahar, Medicare, all these folks that come out here and bomb on you because you're an e-beggar? Go ahead. Come on, Phil. Try to be Kino Casino and start begging for money. Go ahead, and let's see what's going to happen for you, because I guarantee you that's not going to work out for you. Anyway, that's all I had to say, folks. Peace out.